What's up, y'all? Welcome to Geek'd with Trey. Thank you for stopping by my podcast and checking me and the Geek Fam out, where we cover celebrity topics, local topics, and just everyday life shit. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow, and share. And also keep in mind that I don't own any of the rights to the music that's playing in the background or that plays in the background during the show. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Geek'd Out with Trey. We about to hit the geek stage. All right, y'all ready for some corny jokes today?
Yeah, let's go.
Y'all ready for my dad jokes? Y'all ready for some dad jokes?
Let's go.
Let me get my Wendy Williams on. Hold on, let me put my car drop. I ain't gonna fall though. All right. You know they be calling y'all some owls, right? Oh, y'all ain't gonna fall for it? Damn.
You almost got me.
Okay, you should have started with that one. You should have led with like some other ones and then do that.
I was gonna do that at first, and that's how it's
Yeah, because we was waiting on your ass this time. Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
y'all, damn, y'all been studying my tactics. All right. Some of these are so fucking corny too. And I want y'all to always inbox me y'all corny ass dad jokes, and I'll say them here on the geek stage or geek stage, and we might get somebody else to do it. Why did the snowman suddenly smile?
Face melted.
Because he saw the snowblower coming. Now.
Okay. All right.
I'm still working on this one. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but okay, let's here you go. What did the weatherman say? Why did the weatherman's cheek turn pink?
Why did the weatherman's cheek turn pink?
He saw a climate change. I don't really get that one, but that was sent to me. That was sent to me.
He saw climate change?
Yes, that's what I'm just like. I was just like,
I'm still trying to get the inner meaning of this one.
Me too. All right. So this one, I love this one, and this one's real fucking corny. Hold up. I take my car drop out for this one.
Oh, he saw the climate change, like change out of their clothes, like get naked. So he was blushing because the climate was getting naked.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
That delay reaction right there. Okay, now that makes sense. I said this to a couple other people, and they just thought that shit was hilarious. And I was just like, oh, I don't get the joke, but I said it. All right, but this one's real corny. All right, what did Nyla say to Simba in bed?
Wow.
She said meow. No, so the joke was, what did Nyla say to Simba in bed? Mufasa.
What did Nyla say to Simba in bed? Mufasa.
Oh, that's called his dad and I.
I know. Did she say move over?
No. Listen. Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Yes, but Mufasa. I was just
Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Okay. All right. We got a little patois in Mufasa.
All right. I can say the rest of it with these jokes. All right. What did Cinderella say to Prince Charming?
What does Cinderella say to Prince Charming?
Want to see if it fits?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that took a while to catch on too, for me.
I need that Kool-Aid.
Oh, not this Kool-Aid. I don't think you want to sip out of this cup. How did Burger King get Dairy Queen pregnant?
Burger King. He whopped her.
He he didn't wrap up his Whopper. All right, what it do, Geek Crew?
What it do?
What it do? Some of them.
I actually have a little corny joke. It's not really corny, but it's kind of like a corny thing I did.
Okay. Shoot, go for
So,
it.
you know, we're celebrating our front desk fastest week, and I set up a nacho bar luncheon because they nacho average reception. And then ep8s3 threw in there. Yeah, that's pretty cheesy.
That was pretty cheesy. I got it though. I might hold on to that
Because
next
they
year.
nacho average reception.
I might hold on to that one for next year.
And then look, I said that to HH, and HH was like, "Oh yeah, that's cheesy." But this little cheesy dad joke.
Oh man. All right, and also I want to give out, how was everybody Easter? I want to give out a shout out to all the people that go to church once a year on Easter. Let's give them a shout out. So they did good. They showed up there once out of the whole year
with the bright ass outfits on.
Ain't that true?
Did they order from Amazon?
Not Emma. Oh snap! All right. Let's get into it.
That's an Amazon strap before you buy it.
True. All right, so let's get into something a little bit more serious. Could you guys ever imagine waking up and just being deported to a whole different country?
No.
And
Absolutely not.
Like that shit's going on right now. And we live in a DMV area. Some of us on this cast, and something happened right here, and within the DMV, Kumar Garcia got wrongfully deported over to El Salvador, who hasn't been there since he was young. I'm just like, what type of shit is going on now? The only way they recognize him, his wife spotted him out by a tattoo that he has. I'm just like, that's a good wife right there, or whatever, that she can put, he ain't never, I don't think he ever cheated on her because she wasn't playing those games. This woman spied you out by a little tattoo that you had on your ear and was like, that's my husband. I was just like, wow. Sorry, what you say?
I said, wow.
And I'm just like, yo, I've been thinking what if this could happen to an American citizen? And damn it, and behold, that
was an American citizen.
I mean, yes, it was an American citizen, but I'm talking about one of us black people. Are we what type of shit is that? I can't even imagine somebody walking up to me talking about they going to deport me. I'm like, you going to send me back to Philly?
Yeah.
She was like, you going to send me back to Philly?
And I'll be trying, please don't send me back to Philly.
I'll be like, no, don't send me back to Philly, and I'm not trying to go to El Salvador either. Let's be getting some pupusas.
All right. Well, can I tell you my favorite role real quick?
Sure.
The devil's advocate. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know all there is to know about this guy's background? From what I have heard, I haven't done my due diligence, but I have heard things allegedly that the reason he wasn't supposed to be deported because he was here on some special pay, because he did have ties with gang affiliation, that if he got sent back to El Salvador, he'd be killed. So he was given special privileges to stay here in the United States and not be deported.
But
so with that being said, I mean, gang affiliation is gang affiliation. That's forever. I don't care what nobody says.
True, but the whole thing about that is that was in court and pending to be dismissed. So if it was pending to be dismissed against some gang affiliated allegedly, and all this is allegedly,
all this allegedly,
and I'm just like, if it was pending to be dismissed or whatever, and then they said that
but was it?
Well, I'm gonna say this, that who's it, Senator Chris Van whatever, Van Hollen or whatever, shout out to him or whatever, who went all the way over to El Salvador to go check on his American citizen. So I think for you to have a senator fly out there, whatever, I think that senator is going to get his facts checked straight. Because I just think, he ain't fly over there.
I mean, he could get his facts checked straight, but it's some people that don't, some people who are willing to overlook it because you can't see my air quotes, he changed his life. And there are some people who are just a little less forgiving. And they're like, you know what, let's allow people actually from here to change their life. And, let other people go do what they from.
I mean, I get that too, but like he hasn't been there since he was a young child. So I'm just like, damn, and the dude's like almost like 30 something, if I'm not mistaken, whatever. So, and then on top of that, can it be?
His affiliation probably wasn't even over here. Over there, it was probably from over here.
I mean, wasn't it American shit though? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but if he's not an
like
African citizen, that's where they're coming from.
True, but
you know,
I don't know, for it to be almost about to be dismissed in court or for it to be pending in court or something like that. I think there's a lot of. Ooh.
So sorry. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Everybody is. They deserve due process. 100%.
Yes.
That's the most fucked up part about the whole situation.
They're not getting due process over there. And that's the shit that's crazy.
He should have been sent without due process. His case should have been closed prior to him being deported.
What up, Allison? How you doing?
Pretty good. Just man, had to listen to a little bit of Megan Thee Stallion before I got on.
Nothing wrong with Meg. Texas all day.
All day, every day.
Yeah, but so you just hopped in. So you just hopped in on the conversation. We're talking about Qmar Garcia and like how he was like wrongfully deported. Well, yes, wrongfully deported.
Oh. He was the one that actually had citizenship, right?
Right. So Net was just playing.
Okay, all right.
I mean, so Net was in the middle of being, she plays devil advocate sometimes, and sometimes Dax does as well too. Dax plays devil advocate a lot of times. So she was in the middle.
Spitefully though. He's not ruffling your feathers.
He like, get up. He's like, why are you touching my scalp? I didn't know about
opposition.
Dax reach underneath your wig. That's how uncomfortable he likes. Put it to you. He's like, get from under there, nigga. You ain't supposed to be there and stay out my purse.
He's like, you look cold.
He's like, get the hell up off me. I'm about to send this to him. But go ahead, Net, with your devil advocate self.
That's all I was just saying. Like, I mean, they signed a deal with somebody when that some people consider not to be, natural born citizens.
Right.
So,
but
there are people out there who care less.
This is crazy, and then like these last couple weeks, I'm just like, if these people are wrongfully getting deported or whatever, like what's stopping from like somebody like me? As soon as I go to the Hispanic store or whatever, they automatically think I'm Dominican.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you dark skin in the Hispanic store. They do that to me too. Because how our hair look is curly, and we dark skin, and that's how they make it look.
I feel like you not speaking Spanish is probably gonna help.
You said me not speaking Spanish?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, you see me at work sometimes, and I always speak to people in Spanish first.
But they don't know you don't speak Spanish until they say a whole sentence and you can't respond.
I mean, sometimes I can respond though, and that's what be fucking them over. Because at the store, they always talk to me in Spanish first, whatever, and I respond, but in English.
You do live over on that side too.
I mean, yeah, and that's why I respond. And sometimes I might come out in Spanish, depending on how I walk to the store. Sometimes I walk to the store a little under influence.
But I'm sorry to go back and answer your question. What's keeping them from, what's keeping it from happening to you next?
Yes,
I would say that there is a basis for their action versus you, who there's real no basis to deport you. Where are they going to send you? You're from Philly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so,
and also too, you don't have whether it's accusations true, false. You don't have affiliations with gangs. Specifically, the gang that they are targeting at this time, which is, allegedly MS-13. So, you just don't have the basis for them to react to you that way. They're targeted. This is targeted. Yeah, this whole situation is targeted.
There's also like there's like a new bill trying to be passed, whatever, for them to just send American citizens over there. Like, yes, I believe in first of all, I don't believe in this. Because like if you're just sending, I don't get there, like, because he was caught on a hot mic talking about like, I'm gonna need you to build 5 more prisons or whatever, because the criminals are next. I'm like, the criminals are next, whatever. How are you just going to take people that, American citizens and stuff like that, whatever, and then just go pawn them off on somebody else? Like, how, like then they got the
American citizens should not be killed in other countries.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's just crazy to me. I'm just like, and there's like and then like I forgot what the actual term for it was, or the word that was in there or whatever. But I'm just like, it's pretty much basically you don't have rights to a lawyer. Your lawyer can't do nothing for you. Once you're there, once you're there forever. I'm just like, how does that even happen?
And are we talking about domestic or international?
What do you mean where he's sending them?
Where he's sending them is to.
No, I guess I'm trying to figure out, are we talking about like domestic citizens that are having this issue, or
I'm talking about all citizens, because it's talking about born citizens that are going to start having these issues too now.
Everyone's entitled to a lawyer in this country anyway. Like, it's literally like they have to appoint a lawyer.
Well, that's what the whole problem with them sending people over to Guantanamo Bay, because that's in Cuba. And
that's Guantanamo Bay. That's a different situation. That is a situation. Yeah, but it's not like a regular prison. Like that you are not supposed to come out of Guantanamo.
No, that's what we're talking about now. That's where he's sending people.
Well, so they don't.
Yeah, he's sending people. Yeah. That's why they don't have access to lawyers. They don't have any rights. Like, they're just there and there forever. There's nothing to do.
Like,
the moment you get arrested, you only have so many rights as it is.
I'm just like, I can even imagine as a father of two.
A lawyer though. This guy's lawyer can't even talk to him.
Yeah. I'm just like,
I don't know if that applies to non-citizens.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he is. I mean, I don't know what his status is.
And that's what I was trying to clarify, girl. I think that's where I got a little lost. So I'm sorry if I'm just okay. I wasn't sure if we were talking about our citizens or foreign.
We're talking about both.
Yeah.
Well, that's what people are worried about. They're worried about it's going to trickle over to our citizens. Like, like Trey said, what's stopping it from happening to him? And I'm like, well, you're a citizen. Like, you don't have a basis for them to even target you because you're a citizen.
Okay. I'm catching up now. I'm sorry to backpedal you guys. I'm catching up.
That was good, because now I really want to go back and check. I want to see what the status of his citizenship was. I'm just curious if we're talking about it,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Another question, they're talking about the immigrants. It seems
I feel like when it comes to like us as natural born citizens, I really don't see that happening to us to just somehow get randomly deported or detained, unless we are somehow affiliated or we've contributed or we're hiding somewhat, like, unless,
What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying that it seems as if they're currently targeting like Latino. What happens when they start to move to people from African countries, like Ethiopians?
I thought they deported a couple people. One was like I think a student or a professor at a university, and like Portia's. Okay, I know I'm pulling out Real Housewives. I'm so sorry, but Portia from Real Housewives of Atlanta, her now ex-husband also is getting deported.
Is he not?
But he was in criminal stuff.
Yeah, but he was in criminal stuff.
Yeah, he actually fucked up.
Yeah, we talking about signing.
Yeah, but yeah. I just don't. They're so wrapped up in their current target that unless they were going to try to run again for another 4 years, they're going to stick on the path that they're on. They're going to target brown people.
Yeah, I mean, they only got 4 years, and I mean, he's out here.
They got this whole MS-13 thing riled up, and they, and then that all ties back to drugs because we got this opioid epidemic, and so just targeting this certain type of people really kind of cracks, supposedly in their opinion, cracks down on a long line of different criminal activity.
Lynette,
maybe, but with new security, we'll find even better criminal.
Now, let me. Would you mind if I put your hat on for just a little bit? Let me play devil's advocate. Hold on, let me just get it together. All right, we'll call this the devil advocate's hat. Now, what if all this deporting this MS-13 kind of sort of, backfires? Because now you pissing off.
Backfires in what way?
Like, you're pissing off all these people, whatever, because you just deporting, whatever. Like we said, we have mentioned, all this is allegedly, we have mentioned that these are gang members. So, sometimes if you buck, they might show up at that house. I'm just saying, like, you pissing off the wrong people. And I've been saying that since the beginning of this election. Like, I think he's pissing off the wrong people because, back in the 90s, whatever, in the 90s, whatever, Latino people, they will cut you.
You know what's crazy that you saying that? Because to be honest, I just feel like, this is going to sound crazy. This is going to sound crazy. But I really just feel like they really don't want to fuck with DT. Because he's unhinged.
I don't know, but like you piss off the
DT is unhinged.
I mean, yes, I get that, but like let me tell you something. There's somebody that can match everybody's energy out there. And
that's when it comes to when you're talking about actually like trying to go to war, El Salvador is not gonna attempt to go to war with the United States.
Yo, it ain't just gotta be like say something. MS-13 ain't just in El Salvador.
I mean, it's not, but if we talking about like where like really the depth and the heart of it, where
let me tell you
that's where allegedly.
Let me tell you something about them drug dealer killers. Like they got connections in other countries. Trust me. You pissing off.
They do.
You pissing off the wrong people.
Drug dealers.
Yes, you pissing off the wrong people, whatever. And it's crazy. I said this at the beginning of the season 2. I was like, I don't think this is going to be a whole Black Lives Matter thing. I think this is going to be like a Latino Lives Matter thing, for the most part, and that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I'm just saying, like I'm still saying, like I think this is going to be the next chant. Like this is going to be the next thing. Like this is Latino Lives Matter, whatever. And I want to bring something back real quick because I know what we were doing back in the 1800s, right? I was talking about a friend about this. Back in the 1800s, like our ancestors were slaves, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
Do you guys know, and I'm not being like facetious, I'm not being funny or anything. This ain't the geek stage no more. What was Latinos doing back then?
They had slaves too because Mexico
Latinos
was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I know about that. I know about Mexico.
She was like the main slave trader there was.
Like, it just depends. It depends on whether or not they were wealthy or not, because that really makes all the difference when you come to this country, whether you're Latino, whether you're Asian, whether you're African. Like, if you came with a lot of money, you're probably going to be in a good position to work through society. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, when it came to colorism, like, if you had money, you might be able to get some respect, but you're still going to be looked down upon a little bit, but they still followed social customs then. So, I mean, to a degree, they still had formality. But, I mean, if you came here and you're broke or middle class, like, none of that matters now. Like, you're nothing but a stick to them. Like, they might not even understand what you're saying. They might demand that, it almost also made sense for a lot of people coming over to Americanize themselves when they got here. Try to learn the language, try to learn the culture. So, I mean, a lot of them try to assimilate like anybody else.
So, all right. So that's, I guess, what we were doing back in 1800, or what they were doing back in 1800. So,
what were they doing back in their own countries, though?
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they were
participating in the slave trade, which we all know Mexico was, but like Colombia, I don't, what about?
Well, Portugal is a Colombia proprietor, so not all,
we got to have a full
Latin American countries, but it would mostly be Spanish countries, because Spaniards are the ones that really were participating in the slave trade. Because, I mean, like, with South Americans and Mexicans, they kind of had their own shit going on.
Okay, well, we might do like a full show on like slavery and all that one day, and not just us slavery, also
should have a history dive.
All right. So to bring it
I don't know. It just led me to feel like I needed to tell y'all that we went to go see Sinners.
Oh, Michael B.
You did?
Yeah, we loved it. Like, we probably think about going back again next week.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not a double.
See it. I
not a
haven't
double
seen it
feature.
yet. So no
It was
spoilers.
good. No, absolutely not. I'm like the last person to spoil.
Mm.
I want you to enjoy it for yourself, and then we talk about it. So we have a show about it.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
girl, when
we
I
are
tell
due
you,
for a
you're
movie
like
show.
the third person to tell me Sinners was so good. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go see it.
Yep.
All right,
I loved it. My husband loved it too.
to bring it back to Kilmar Garcia. So, you know, pretty much the Supreme Court has ordered for the administration, the current administration, to go over there and get him, and like he's just like, nah. So, like, what does this mean for like us as a country? Like, if he ain't gotta respect them, like, why should we have to respect the laws and all that stuff like that? Like, that's what's if he
Because
the
law
laws
enforcement will
I
enforce them.
mean, yeah, because they gotta go a long way before they can enforce anything on
But
him.
I'm not even
For
talking
us,
about
it's
like
just not at the door.
But they can do whatever they want to us. All we need to do is give them a reason. Is that really what we want?
I'm not even just
We
talking about
don't even
us.
do that
When I
sometimes.
say us, I'm talking about the people
Okay,
he is
breathe
pissed off.
wrong.
I'm talking about the people. When I say us, I'm talking about the people he's pissed off, and that ain't just us right now. He pissing off a lot of people right now.
Oh yeah, and all police need is a reason to punish. So if you give them the reason by saying fuck the law,
And you know that's pretty much
Baby.
like
But
that's
ain't nobody,
also.
everybody getting pissed off, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
I know, right?
Ain't nobody gonna pull up on them.
Look,
I bet you that.
look,
Nobody gonna pull up on
Look. When he be around, I don't be saying nothing. But when he don't, when
them.
he talking again,
Exactly.
talking.
That's how everybody is right now about DT. They be like, we right here with me.
Damn, you know he gonna cry in the car.
Mhm.
My grandmama chain.
There's a lot of people, but I mean, at this point, what can really be done but have the people that's up on his level, the courts to enact,
I
his
just feel
party to impeach? Like, somebody's got to be the one to stand up. I mean, and that's honestly, you just got to. That's just also thinking too. Like, everybody's not upset with him. You got to remember that.
I'm not.
He got
gonna
elected
everybody.
president, but you know he's got people who believe in what he's doing.
I mean,
there are, but there are some people who also have regrets.
yeah,
I don't
there's
know
a
if
lot
you've
of
been
people like
seeing that
every.
But you know
Yeah.
what? Also, too, what you don't really see because of the, I mean, I guess like the avenue that we like to stay in is that there are also people who are reconsidering not voting for him. Some people who are seeing what he's doing now, they're just saying, damn, actually, you know what?
I can tell you that ain't none of them are farmers.
Okay.
A lot of them from Alexandria.
Not near farmer. Is on that
This every time farmers and agriculturalists tend to vote conservative because for whatever reason conservatives seem to be the only ones that prioritize their needs and respond in a timely fashion. Democrats tend to
because conservative people, they pride on American economy. That's why Democrats are more likely to export out to China. I mean, to other countries when conservatives are really wanting everything American made, American owned. Like they hone in on that. That's one thing that's true.
It would kind of help boost our economy if we had more homemade goods and we're actually able to export more than import, but we import a lot because we don't have a lot of American-made things.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
It's our fault. It's our fault as Americans.
We got to take accountability for our contributions.
Exactly.
No, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, we're on the same page.
Because look, all of us on here right now could go buy 20 acres and start a farm with 5 houses, and we'll be just fine.
There are plenty of small businesses on Etsy. You want someone to do a hat, a shirt, some socks, whatever?
That's actually what's going to happen when I become.
Oh, girl, we're not growing cotton. I'm not doing that.
Cotton. Fuck that.
Hey, it's a machine that does that now.
Look, you don't. You can get off my phone with that.
I'm a little bit too fair for that.
You can get off my phone with that cotton shit. You can you can miss me with that shit. Hang up.
I'm getting a machine. We ain't getting people. Nobody is baking cotton.
No,
We're
you're
getting a
wasting my
machine.
minutes. That's what you're doing. I only got free nights and weekends, and you wasting my minutes during the daytime talking. You put for some damn cotton. No.
Absolutely not.
But you know it's crazy. So when I become big or whatever, I do plan on actually I always plan on having a compound. But what I've been looking for lately is I'm going to actually, have like a little mini farm on my compound.
Oh.
And I'm also going to have a farm
You're
somewhere.
gonna homestead?
I'm going to do certain things. I don't know what it's been about lately, but I'm going to have some chickens.
Listen, is it just about sustaining yourself? You need one horse, a couple chickens, a cow, a pig, a donkey.
Well, I need enough
And
chickens.
really-
I need enough. Well, there's going to be, like you said, there's going to be 5 houses, and then my
Alright.
house. So that that's eggs for 6, 7 houses or whatever.
But you know what? Each house could take a farm animal.
Oh no. So
One house to do the chickens, one house to do the cows, one house to do the hens.
No. So, all right. So here's the compromise, and I know this ain't a part of the show, but here's the compromise. You guys know I am very inner city. I don't do that. The chickens and all the farm or whatever is going to be located on a different part of the land.
Okay.
I
And agriculture? Is that what we're leading?
Of course, it's on a different part of the land. It's going to be in the barn. On the farm.
that will be located,
The house?
south of our property. It will not
Yes.
be closer where I can hear a fucking rooster, because I'd be damned. So the
No, well then don't get a rooster, bro. You can hear a rooster for miles.
Well, I mean, like, I've been looking at, a couple chickens and stuff like that, but like the farm animals will be living on a different part of the property.
Okay.
Somebody got to take care of them, though. That's what I'm
I
saying.
need a full
You
staff
probably gonna
gardener.
hire some ranch hands.
No, yes, I need a full gardener.
my full staff.
No, I need a full staff gardener.
Yeah.
I've already thought this too, because I don't want this in the play of where I'm going to land my plane too, because Trey plans to have all his vehicles on his property. Trey ain't paying nobody the storage and nothing like that. I've already thought about this. I have about 100 acres in Woodbridge.
Oh no.
I have looked this up too. I only need 10,000 feet to land a G8. That's a jet. I have this plan.
Wow.
When I tell you that I'm going to have. I got some farm animals I want, some fainting goats. Yeah, I got this planned out. Whatever. I'm gonna have my little mini farm on my property, and then I'm gonna have a farm somewhere that I will pay people to do. I'm not going to. I will be there sometime. Not, and by sometime I mean like. All right, next question.
But agriculture is good shit. And I've been lately. I've been like really deep diving into my ancestry, like that. And it's like very inspiring to see how many of my ancestors actually own their own property.
Oh,
Because you think about like sharecroppers, and you just assume like, okay, yeah, people were farmhands and they were sharecroppers. But I'm like, no, I have like names of people who actually own their own land that were, my ancestors. Okay, on both sides of my family.
Some
Some of the
people
uncles who does that
actually
for our
have
family.
plans to have that promise honored. 50 acres and a mule. Some people actually got that honored.
Mm.
And those people that were able to utilize that land, there are a lot more wealthy Black people in this country than is given credit. They're just real quiet about it.
What's crazy is my dream that I have once this podcast becomes like of something or whatever. I plan to like pretty much Woodbridge will probably be on a very, very more touristy map, or whatever, because I'm planning to bring a big attraction here by opening up my own. My own Geek'd Out with Trey studio, which is whatever. If I ever get the opportunity, so like that's what I plan on staying here and like doing everything here, even though I want to move back to Philly or into the city, but I plan on staying like in the area, whatever, and like it'll be like a little. I feel like it can be a main attraction and bring people down and bring Shabuzi from here, so or Shabazi.
Yeah.
So why not put him? I mean, like he's already putting things on the map, so like why not just like double back on that, piggyback on that shit? Let's do it, bro. All right. So I got another joke for you guys. Well, actually, no. Oh, we already talked about impeachment. But so, do you guys think if the Democrats win in 2028, do you guys think that the current president, do you think he'll be going to jail?
What do you mean?
First of all, he's going to run again. He already said it. He's going to run for an unheard of third term and win. You hear that?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think this country will be overturned if that ever gets
Yeah, they going to catch him.
They,
You know that right now.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
if it is going to be a third term, whatever, I think this is going to be an uproar because I have actually heard, I've been watching a couple videos, whatever, on that, whatever, and these are like diehard Republican veterans talking about like how no, it's not a thing. And I'm just like, okay, like it's like it's like okay, like the Democrats and Republicans can be in the same room right now, like get along. Because like he was talking like and everybody was agreeing with him like no, so I don't know how that's going to go over like as a country as a whole. Oh, somebody just
There's a reason.
I mean, yes, I know there's a reason, and it's like I think they're going to enforce that reason, but like some way how some people feel right now is that because he's unhinged,
they ain't enforcing nothing.
Yeah, and then like if they ain't saying nothing now, how are they going to lay the law down in 2028?
Honestly, I don't know.
There's a reason why we stopped that after Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
He's too damn old. Just keep running. That man ended up in a wheelchair, weak, rubbing his old ass dog, still trying to be president.
Yeah.
Okay, I am so sorry, guys. I actually have, there's a bit of a situation happening on the other line of my phone that I need to address. It's a little emergent. So, I am so sorry. I have to leave. But, my handle on Instagram is Allison Salt. You can find me there. But I am so sorry, guys. I have to go.
You good? Okay. All right, so leading before. All right, so I got one more joke for y'all. I was gonna sneak this one in here, but I just went on ahead and told y'all before we get to these rapid questions real quick. All right, you guys ready for the joke?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'm on. Oh shit. Oh. All right, I think I'm at the try to remember it. Oh, I think I remember it. All right, and because it's kind of sort of about. Well, that's not about me because it's not really how I feel right now. But anyway, all right. So the one thing they say about being bisexual and single. Wait, well, you know what they say about being bisexual? Or damn, where the fuck I didn't forgot the damn joke. But it goes along the lines of what they say about. Oh yeah, all right. So it ain't gonna be funny no more. Well, you know what they say about being bisexual and single is being because I think that still came out wrong. It's because neither party wants you. I'm gonna have to find the joke. I'm gonna say it next show. It's gonna be my opening joke, and I'm gonna do it right. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Because I lost it. I can't even find it no more. Which got all right. Rapid questions. All right. So did you guys hear about Beyonce mama? Did y'all know she had like stage 1 breast cancer? I was just like, damn, not Miss Tina Knowles. I just asked y'all last show, whatever, like if a celebrity was to pass, whatever, like who would you get sad or whatever? I was like, I got a little sad about Miss Tina because Miss Tina, despite her being like Beyonce's mom, whatever, like she always kept it 100 though.
You said she got breast cancer.
She's in remission now. She's revealed. She's about to release a book, and I think it talks about it. Well, all this is alleged. All this talks about it in the book as well too. That she has coming out, whatever, and I think she's about to be actually here in our town very soon. I guess you folks can go out and get your tickets because I think Michelle Obama is actually going to interview her here.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, I heard.
I can't. I'm already about to go in debt behind my kidney. I sold to go to the Chris Brown concert. So
oh my goodness,
I ain't gonna be able to make that one.
I'm gonna have to catch it on YouTube. But I love me some Tina. Don't come for her granddaughters. Don't come from her. Don't come for them babies. Don't come from her daughters. Don't come, because you don't want Solange. You don't want to meet Solange in the elevator. But anyway,
you know what? To be fair, I feel like Solange is the only one of them I would ever want to meet.
I would want to meet the.
I'm sorry, BB, Bumblebee. What are you? Beehive, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Don't come for me, y'all, because you know what, you can't. I don't have no handle. You can find me on here.
Sometimes you can find me on here. Sometimes that's your handle right there. All right. So wait. So we know we have like the whole Diddy situation coming up, whatever, and there's allegedly like I guess Soulja Boy also has a situation, whatever. And he's comparing himself to like Diddy and Jay-Z's assault or whatever, and like how people are trying to like gouge him out of $4,000. But wait, also today
4,000.
Yeah, I mean sorry, 4 million.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say. Okay, sorry.
4,000. I almost cried on that one.
Allegedly, Soulja Boy, the first rapper to ever be extorted for 4,000.
4,000. God damn, that was cheap. Sorry. Allegedly 4 million. So wait, we heard about our friend, not her friend, but podcaster Shannon Shaper. Now
No, you mean Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp, sorry. I don't want.
Don't come for Unc like that. Don't come for Unc.
Wow, always be calling Unc that. I'm gonna start to call him Shannon Club Shay Shay. There it is. So he has a situation going on too now, like and guess who's about to allegedly drop his sex tape or whatever? They're trying to extort his ass for $50 million. I was like, 50 million, damn. But yeah, so they
also is being sued. The person suing him is being represented by the same guy that represented the chick who was being sued by Jay-Z.
Yeah, I was just like, ain't this some shit? And then that's why he was just like, he's like, they're trying to shake. This is a shakedown. In the video that he said, whatever, he said, this is a shakedown. And then because we had talked about him on last season, whatever, I was like, is this in relation to the video when he went live, allegedly? When he went live on TikTok or whatever, and he was beating that joint down?
What was her name? Kim? No.
That's what I said, and I think this is related to that because I think the girl name is Kim something whatever, or that we.
No, I think these two people are different races. That's just what I heard.
But
yeah,
like,
the one is not of our race.
Okay,
yeah.
But okay, because I know the one that was in the video, whatever, because he was like, "You want this black dick?"
Shell, that was Shell right there.
Oh, okay.
Shell, really, Shell.
All right. Now that was a legend. Sorry, I had to bring that part up, but I was just like,
that was not a legend. That was a fact.
We all heard that. He was beating that joint down. Oh man, that's stupid.
You know what he did in retaliation, right?
Sorry, what was that?
So you know what he did in retaliation, right?
He got to come up off
to this lawsuit.
Yeah, he came that red. The enhancement pill. He came up off of. I was just like, damn. He was like, hey, you heard what the deal is?
No. I'm saying in retaliation to this lawsuit.
Did he release some text messages or something?
Yeah, a full transcript of all their text messages. Saying I want you to put that big black baby in me and all kinds of stuff that she said.
Hey, he was like, look, he being fully I mean, and like the whole. I'm saying he's always been transparent about it because like even with the witch guy, that video went up one day or whatever. Like within 2 days, he made a statement, a whole video, whatever, and then within a week, he had a whole new line of male enhancement pills or whatever. He was like, "Take this, you be hard as hell."
And then they showed Shell, and we was all like, "Oh."
No, he already had the show at this time because he was just this was like last year because he did that show been on for what? When did Cat Williams say some shit? That was about a year ago, 2 years ago maybe.
Oh, that was about a year ago. We might have to do a year wrap up. And speaking of Cat Williams, he's about to be in town. I think May, early May, mid-May.
All right. One last thing, and then we gonna wrap it up real quick. All right. We all know Wendy Williams' situation. How about the judge talking about, about a week and a half ago, he was like, Miss Wendy Williams, your career is over. I'm like, how are you going to tell that woman her career is over? Like, she is globally known for that purple chair. Everybody knows Wendy.
She could really just have that segment.
Is for real, and all she needs is a segment on TMZ, and the world will be good with her. Like that woman, you cannot, her career will never be over. I'm just saying, like, they said, Free Wendy Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Wendy was talking about.
She's
Free
good.
Wendy.
Free
Oh, man.
Wendy.
But yep, I definitely can't wait for this Shannon Shaper video because they talking about Tony the lawyer that represented that one girl, whatever. He might drop it soon. So everybody be on the lookout and don't be afraid to tag a brother. Excuse me. All right. We about to wrap it up. All right, thank you guys so much for popping in and tuning in with us. I want to thank I'm going to go and say we hit 11K today.
Hey.
Or actually yesterday. We hit 11K yesterday. And I was just like, "Oh, snap." And it was just like hour after hour. I was just like, "Oh shit." And I've been responding to y'all messages. I see them, and I also been seeing the emails as well too. I try to get back to them as soon as I can, but like sometimes I'll be busy. I got a full-time job during the daytime. When y'all start when we start making this more, I will be here more. All right, like you, love you. JC, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, JAYCE_88 on all platforms.
All right, Nat, go ahead.
Hey, I just be on here sometimes.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Love you. Bye.